China's launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile into the Pacific Ocean has stirred unease in the region. Japan says it was not informed of this test. New Zealand called it an unwelcome and concerning development, while Australia wants an explanation. While the Kremlin has defended Beijing's sovereign rights. The test is the first publicised launch in decades and is likely to raise concerns about China's nuclear build-up.
此次导弹发射是年度军事训练例行性安排，符合国际法和国际惯例，不针对任何特定国家和目标。
The Defense Ministry adding that the ICBM was carrying a dummy warhead and the launch effectively tested the performance of its weapons and equipment. It did not announce the exact path of the missile or where it fell in the Pacific Ocean. An ICBM typically has a range greater than 5,500 kilometers and is designed to carry nuclear warheads. China's latest ICBM is known to be a DF-41, which has an operational range of up to 15,000 kilometers. Analysts say it's rare for China to fire long-range missiles into the sea, as it prefers to test them unannounced in isolated provinces. The Pentagon reported last year that China was developing its nuclear arsenal more quickly than had been anticipated. It says Beijing possessed more than 500 operational nuclear warheads as of mid-last year and is expected to double that number by 2030. CNA's Olivia Siong tells us how China's growing nuclear arsenal could impact global security.
It is significant because of how rare it is. Some local reports saying that it's even unprecedented. Prior to this, China had only publicly announced that it had launched an ICBM into the South Pacific once more than 40 years ago, back in 1980, and that was reportedly a launch for scientific research to test the range of China's first ICBM, the DF-5. This time, though, the Defense Ministry has conducted what local reports have called a full-range combat-ready ICBM launch test into the Pacific. We only do know is that the Defense Ministry say that it fell into expected sea areas. But what we do know publicly, at least, is that China's most advanced ICBM is the DF-41, which first came into service back in 2017, and we did see it being displayed publicly about 5 years ago to this day, when China marked the 70th anniversary of the People's Republic. Next week it marks its 75th anniversary. That ICBM is said to be able to reach the US mainland, and so certainly given the heightened tensions that we have been seeing between China and the US and its allies, this latest move certainly going to increase the skepticism in the international community. China has been expanding and upgrading its nuclear weapons and delivery systems over the past decade, along with the rest of its military. Remember that China has said that its goal is to create a world-class military by mid-century, which has put it under greater international scrutiny. Now, even as China, although it says it continues to adhere to a peaceful path of development and it maintains a defensive national defense policy, now local reports, however, do say that this is a demonstration of the country's nuclear deterrence capabilities, and observers say possibly China wanting to send a signal that it is able to deter or seriously discourage at least a US role in any sort of conflict that may occur here in the region.